All right, here we are back just outside the front door. So now we're going to talk a little about the outside of this property. Once again, amazing views. You'll notice right here in front of me, there's actually 3 lean-tos for horses with corrals. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a fenced area right there in front of us that is for horses. The driveway comes up over here in between these 2 very large evergreens, heads on down to the street. And actually, as I mentioned earlier, over here, this house right here is also on this property. So it's one parcel that has 2 houses on it. That house was built in 2018. It's a little over 700 square feet, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. And once again, there is a tenant in there that would prefer to stay, but she is month to month. So if you decide you want both properties, you could let her know. The other interesting thing is that property has its own power, 200 amp, just like this property has this house has 200 amp. It has its own septic tank, so 2 different septic tanks, and it even has its own address and driveway. You can't see it from here, but it goes from the front of the house, it goes down near that white fence over there, and out to Santa Fe, the road that brings us in here. So once again, a great opportunity either to have some rental income, or if you had a large family, give them a little more space. The property line goes to, you can see the neighbor has that motorhome over there, that camper and a trailer, and that fence right there goes between us, the other side of my car. The fence that does not go all the way to that telephone pole, it's between us and there. And then back here you can actually see a gate. On the other side of that gate is actually another privately owned lot. It's vacant right now. Look over here, you can see that this house is on propane. That first shed that you see right there is actually set up as a chicken coop. It does need a little work. And then this can either be a dog run or chicken coop area. A storage shed over there. A couple of dog houses right here. And a backup Generac generator, 20,000 watts. And you can see there's actually an enclosed area off the back door for your dogs. Once again, this property definitely needs some weeding. Just take a little time and effort. This property actually used to be where they sourced chicken eggs for some of the local sellers. Apparently there was a lot. From what I understand, they had like 1,000 chickens, and they did, I'd be guessing, somewhere around 700 eggs a day. So again, there's that house. You'll see another shed between us and that house. That is for hay storage. Got a raised bed here. Nice tree. Now, if I was to convert the garage, or the current garage on the house, into a master bedroom, I would suggest putting a big shop right here. Maybe just off the corner of the house, so you're not blocking the view from either the bedroom or that living room there. And put a shop of whatever size suits you. This is actually also a driveway for an RV pad. It's a little overgrown. There goes a bunny. It's a little overgrown, but you can see there's some gravel right here. And it goes back to a spot that you could park your RV. And back here there is a hookup behind the house here. Right there on the side of the house is the place to connect your power for your RV. Got a little sandbox here. Little steps to go up to where the RV pad is. And then from what I understand, as far as septic goes, if somebody was going to stay in the motorhome, they would just run it through the gate, and there is the clean out access over there, or the vent for the septic tank, and they just put it right in there. Not going to go through there right now. But coming back here, if you can see that fence right there, that fence is the property line. on over to that telephone pole is the corner of the property. And all this area is a part of this property. Now the chicken coops used to be lining this fence over here. So there's actually a whole bunch of power. And if you can see it over there, can I point my finger right there? Is where the power is. And there's actually some other smaller outlets that you can't see them, but they're in the weeds over here right now. And there's actually water down there by that power panel. That shed that you see down there is actually on the other side of the fence. That is for the smaller house, for the renter. And there is actually a fence between us and them. So depending upon what you wanted to do, either you leave that fence up to give you both some privacy, or take the fence down to give you more space. Anyways, I find this to be a really nice property out here. Very quiet. It's just off Red Rock Road out here in North Reno. And once again, look at those views. A little bit overcast today as we have some storms coming in. But just a really nice property. Even though you have neighbors, it's pretty private and very nice. Yeah, if you have any questions about this, my name is Jim Clip. Phone number 775-230-1998. And if the price is right, this could be your home. Have a fantastic day.